There's a growing trend among young men today, turning away from dating, turning away from romance, and turning away from women entirely. And while I understand the reasons, the disappointments, the rejection, the fear, and the betrayal, this video is not about bitterness. This is a reminder that while solitude has its place in a man's journey, and it always has, there will always be a tremendous value to love, companionship, and romance. And embracing and accepting these gifts is not a sign of weakness. In fact, it will only make you a stronger man. After all, what is a gentleman without his lady? Hello, my name is James, and I am on a mission to create a generation of gentlemen. While this video is about the merits of a woman's love and what she can bring into your life, I also acknowledge that there is a time when a gentleman must walk his path alone. Throughout history, men have always had to spend seasons of their life either alone in solitude or merely in the company of other men. Whether that was for war, for work, or simply for a period of personal growth. Every great warrior, great inventor, great artist throughout history has had to retreat into isolation at times to forge himself into a better man. But very importantly, remember that solitude is for a season, not for eternity. A man must first become something of value on his own before he can add value to other people's lives. And it's crucial that you don't mistake this period of temporary isolation for the end goal. Now, with that said, one of the main ways young men have been misdirected on social media is toward this anti-woman sentiment. Social media is typically flooded with bitterness. You don't need me to tell you that. All over the internet, I see men mocking women, disrespecting women, disrespecting the idea of love and family and relationships altogether, and simply glorifying the life of solitude, of being a bachelor forever, or simply avoiding women altogether. We're now at a place where many young men see relationships as more of a liability than an asset. They believe that getting involved with women is not only emotionally risky, but also expensive and stressful. To give you an example, I recently had a conversation with a young man of 21. When I asked him during our conversation, going on dates, going out for dinner, all of that kind of stuff, obviously that costs money. How much would you be able to spend a month on that kind of thing? And he told me $10. And then, about 5 minutes later, he told me that he was worried about dating because of all the gold diggers out there. All the gold diggers after his $10 a month. But this just goes to show how much young men have been screwed with by social media influencers, describing women as gold diggers, describing women as all sorts of names that I wouldn't like to mention here. And I'm not saying that modern dating is perfect. Some of these cynicisms have their merit. But to throw out love entirely, to throw out women entirely, is to throw out one of the best parts of life. And ultimately, that cynicism might protect you from some pain, might protect you from that fear of rejection, but ultimately it will stop you from accessing the most beautiful and joyous part of life. Because the truth is, the right woman transforms everything. She brings a kind of magic to your life that your bank balance, even your friends and your family, like your mom and dad and brothers, could never bring. Imagine driving down the coast in an open-top car as the sun sets, headed to dinner at your favorite restaurant. Sounds pretty good, right? But with the right woman by your side, with a beautiful, kind, loving, and supportive woman, that experience goes from pretty good to simply sublime. The right woman will allow you to explore your softer, more romantic side without weakening you. She will see your ambition, your direction, and support you on that journey. And she will bring out a warmth, give you a kind of revitalized energy that no other experience could provide. And whether you look at Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, or a more modern example like David and Victoria Beckham, a marriage and a partnership between you as a man and your woman is part of your legacy and ultimately a massive asset and strength to you. Now, very importantly, a gentleman prepares himself to meet the right lady. Not only does he define what he is looking for, but he also makes sure that he embodies those characteristics himself. As an action point, I encourage you to write down the traits that you are looking for in a future partner. They can be personality traits such as nurturing, caring, carefree, free-spirited, etc. Or they can be more clear-cut things such as wants 3 children, is religious, is spiritual, whatever you like. But then I want you to very importantly flip the script. Examine what would be the male equivalent of those traits and ask yourself, do you embody them? And if not, what can you change? How can you develop to make sure that you are the man deserving of that ideal lady? Don't spend your single life chasing after women. Instead, become the man who will attract her. A true gentleman will lead his relationship, will lead his marriage. But it's very important that he also complements his lady. A gentleman is stable, yet interesting and exciting at the same time. He's grounded, yet emotionally available. He's protective and caring, without being overly controlling or possessive. Ultimately, it's better to find a woman for whom you love for her true nature, her true spirit, rather than trying to mold somebody else into your ideal. Remember, you are the protagonist of your life. You are the leading man on your mission, on your journey. And I believe that your purpose and your drive must come first. But a leading man without a leading lady isn't a complete story. It's an unfinished movie. Finding love isn't a form of weakness. It's actually fuel that will help you with your success and your legacy into the future. The love of a woman is what will provide you with the family that will keep your name going for generations. The love and the fulfillment that this will bring into your life is what makes the whole thing, the whole journey, and the whole struggle worth it in the first place. I personally can tell you that when I go to sleep at night at the end of an 11 or 12-hour day, feeling tired, when I close my eyes and think about something pleasant before I drift off to sleep, I'm always thinking about being on our future family home, having children running around, a wife that I love and cherish. And one day I can't wait to include her in my story. Not just any woman, but the right one specifically. The right woman won't fix all of your problems, and she certainly shouldn't be something that you need in order to become a better man. But when you do meet her, she will elevate you, she will bring out your softer side, and ultimately she will make your life all the more beautiful. So don't just pursue success and pursue success financially. Instead, pursue the character of the man that will attract the right woman into your life. Because in the story of your life, you are the leading man, but every great man eventually finds his leading lady. Now, if this is something that you've been struggling with lately, you're looking to not only perhaps meet the right lady, but also improve yourself with your discipline, confidence, communication, or many other things, you might want to join my private support program and mentorship network. This would be an opportunity for us to work together one-to-one and help you level up your skills as a modern gentleman, not only with my personal support, but also among a group of like-minded men. If you're interested, check out the link in the description where you can book in an application call with me personally. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.